Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Known Classics. This episode number 1890 and Doubleshot number 1784. You're probably thinking, wait, Nick, didn't you say your next video was going to be One Piece? Yes, but I wanted to get done some more Comic Corners. Yep. Yeah, put up more videos myself. Okay. Moving on to there. Okay, we got basically a DC Vertigo trade and a Marvel trade. First up it is Preacher, Book 3. This collects pretty much issues 2733 of the series, along with the one-shot Saint of Killers and Cassie Blood and Whiskey. Now, the opening issues in this trade is what you see in the cover. It's a Western type of thing. Yes, a Western story that deals with religion. I have no idea why the heck Garfield is dealing with this for. The way this story felt as though it felt as basically that this was supposed to be a Jonah Hex story. Well, he's the biggest DC Western hero character I can think of. It's like this was meant to be Jonah Hex, but they had to change it because, and this is my personal theory, because the way the character was written, the way the story was presented, it was presented like a Jonah Hex story. Yes, it was. It seemed like it was going to be a Jonah Hex story, but my guess is because DC was probably also doing the Vertigo miniseries published this period of time. That's my guess. That's probably the reason for this, of why the opening issues were. It was a casting here encounters a pale vampire, who's not what he seems, and he kills him at the end of the issues. Jesse Coulter does not really do much at all in his own damn series. And, well, he reunites with Tulip and doesn't do a lot here. Story here is pretty interesting for what it is. I gave the book a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. Jesse Coulter really doesn't do much of anything in these issues at all. Nope. Alright, moving on. Different book. We have X-Men Epic Collection, Book 8. Volume 8, I, Magneto. Now, this book does contain issues 144 and 153, and number 5, Avengers number 10, Bizarre Avengers number 27, and Material from our fan for 1 through 4. Now, the last time we talked about Kenny X, when I talked about Volume 5, that was a while ago. Now, you might think, wait, what about 140, 143? Well, here's kind of the thing. I actually have discussed 140, 143. I believe when I did my review for, I believe it was when I did a review for Days of Future Past trade. So, and what's 143? It's a Christmas issue with the X-Men about aliens. No, seriously, that's basically what it is. Yep, so what happens these issues here? Well, in the opening issue in here, we actually have the X-Men deal with, well, the Man-Thing. Yes, the Man-Thing. Now, I should point out, yes, Chris Claremont is the writer of these issues with some co-art writing done by Mary Jo Duffy and Bob Layton. The artwork is done by Michael Golden, David Cockrum, Brent Anderson, Paul Smith, Jim Sherman, the late George Perez, John Bushman, and Bob McLeod. Yes, the very same guy who co-create with Chris Claremont the New Mutants. Yep. So basically, 144, this issue featuring Dave Spear and the Man-Thing. Yep, 145, it's the X-Men versus Doctor Doom. Yes, that's what happens in this one. Yeah, they take on Doc Doom for an issue. And then, again, the very next issue, we deal with Return of Arcade and Murder World. Yep. Plus, love this cover. I love the cover artwork here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Did you know that starting with 144, that's when they actually officially retired the series from... Actually, I think it was 140, I think it was. It was 140, 141, where it was actually just after 140. That's when they retired the series from X-Men to Uncanny X-Men. And that's what we refer to as since then. It basically kept that name as part of its title for a long time until the series went defunct about a few years ago. Though, numbering is kind of continued as the X-Men series, first by John Hickman, and then by... it was Gary Duggan. Gary Duggan, yes. So, yeah, then we have 147 where we still with more arcade stuff here. It's like a multi-part story with arcade and deal with like goddess stuff. It's interesting. This up in here was Cyclops, where The whole thing with Cyclops in here, but Cyclops' point of time was not part of the X-Men. He had left due to the fact he became a father. And he separated from his wife, Madeline Pryor. And he works with someone named Lee, who doesn't really do very much after basically he reunites with Jean Grey. Yeah, it was also these issues that Logan found out that, Matt Carey found out that his Wolverine name was Logan. We also find out that Sean Cassidy, that Teresa, aka Siren, is in fact his daughter. Also, a guest appearance here by Spider-Woman. Yes, for some reason, Marvel thought we got to put Spider-Woman in the Kenny X-Men, which makes no freaking sense. And then we have this wonderful ending to this issue where basically you have this mysterious island that Cyclops and Lee are on. Like, I thought my almost deserted. Now the place is mistaken. Cyclops like, that voice, it can't be. No, it's Magneto. And what's the point of him being here? Setting up issue 150, which is a damn good issue. Yep. Yeah, so more regular X-Men stuff here. Yeah. What happens on 50? I'll get to that. Now, the annual, Avengers number 10, I've talked about this annual a few times. I'm not discussing here. I'm going to move on for this one. It's just an annual that basically is Chris Claremont's attempt to fix what happened with Avengers 200. Now, 150 is something that where the cover of the trade comes from. The title, anyways. Now, this story arc here, this double size, 150 issues. Thank you, Marvel, for doing that. The whole point of this issue is that Magneto threatens nuclear annihilation of the planet unless there's a claim war of the world, which, of course, he's stopped. But here's the thing. Nothing is done with this until the leap to 200 after this issue is concluded. Yes, seriously. That is... So, yeah, it takes that point in time to do that. And then we have the 5th annual, where the X-Men team up with the best for taking on the Badoon. Interesting. Yeah, not the only time Chris Claremont writes Fantastic Four. As a matter of fact, they actually write the Volume 3 relaunch. Actually, that run lasted for 70 issues. He wrote, I believe, around the first 40-ish issues, mostly. Yeah, and after the annual wrapped up. Yeah, then we have the 4-part Mar Fanfare issues. Yes, the Mar Fanfare issues is simple as Spider-Man and the X-Men in the Savage Land. That's simple what these issues are. It's interesting they put this right after the annual in issue 150. Now, they say material, which means this is the opening story for the issue. These are the backup feature. I have been mentioned this before about Mar Fanfare. That Mar Fanfare was simple a series that was unpublished scripts that basically was a Marvel's George for years, and they just basically made it into a series. Yep. And this 4-part story, well, just Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Savage Land, which is a really fun story arc here. Which concludes issue 4. And then right afterwards, 151 has, Kitty probably leaving the X-Men, but she comes back at the very end. Because they try a different school, but it doesn't work out too well. So she rejoins the X-Men by the end of the issue. That actually does lead to the very next issue. The whole storyline here continues for the next few issues of Kitty Pryde, or she briefly leaves the X-Men. Though she's back by the very next issue. Yep. So, yeah, we have fairy tale stuff with Kitty Pryde. And then we have the infamous Bizarre Adventures issue. Now, the thing about this story, this particular issue here, is that there are 3 stories in issues. One for Jean Grey, there's one for Nightcrawler, and one for Iceman. The one for Iceman, for some strange reason, I don't know if it was Bendis or some editor at Marvel, thought it was a good idea to connect this story to the modern day Iceman, when Bendis decided out Iceman as gay. Which, all readers agree, this was an absolute stupid idea, and yet Marvel is still on this to happen. He's still freaking gay. And yet Hickman couldn't undo it. He fixed things with Laura. He couldn't undo this. The whole thing with him being gay. It's really stupid. Yeah. The Jean Grey story is really good. Of course, Bizarre Adventures is infamous for one particular thing: the fact that the whole series, when originally was called Marvel Preview, it was like this for the first 20 issues, well, around that period of time, anyways. But for the last like 10 issues or so, it was retitled to Bizarre Adventures. As a matter of fact, the final issue dealt with Santa Claus. Yep. But yeah, Bizarre Adventures 27, it's just a really good set of stories here. I'd probably say the other three, the Nightcrawler, Jean Grey stuff is really good. Iceman's okay. But yes, this book is really good. I get this book a 9.5 out of 10. Yep. Still a little while before I finally cap. Still be a while before I cap off Chris Claremont's run for Uncanny X-Men. Well, his original run. Because here's the strange thing: his second run. Because people forget he had a run between this run and the one he had in 2004. It was brief, and to my knowledge, there is no trade that collects it. Nope, there isn't. Unknown the reason for it, but that's basically what it is. Okay, so yes, that's a particular review. Next up, one more Comic Corner, and yes, definitely One Piece next. After that, okay, next video. Bye.